Welcome to round 12 of the Great American Stampin' Show. I'm so excited to share my project with you today. I think you're going to love it. It's something different and really, really fun. So welcome, first of all, for those of you that are new. I'm Jodi Rhinestones, and this is my Stamp with Jodi YouTube channel. If you have not already, please subscribe, and that way you won't miss a thing. So before I start showing you how to make this project, I'm going to give you a sneak peek because I just love it. It's such a fun project. It just folds up all nice and flat like this. But then, wow, it's just this accordion photo book that is super fun to display through the holidays, to gift to someone so that they can have a special keepsake handmade by you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so now that I've given you a sneak peek of what my project is all about, I want to walk you through step by step and show you how I did each panel of the accordion photo book. So first of all, again, we're using the Sparkling Snowflakes bundle. So there's this photopolymer stamp set that's got a variety of snowflakes and some greetings, and then I'm also using this coordinating punch. So I'll be pulling different pieces in as we go. So just real quick again, I want to pull this in and just kind of show that some, like this first panel, pretty basic. And then we have one that's got lots more detail, pretty basic. That one's pretty basic too. And then there's more detail on that. And then there's some special little things on the end there. So it can be as detailed as you want it to be, as simple as you want it to be. The biggest, most important thing here are, of course, the photos of your loved ones. So I'm going to set this up in front of me. And then what I'm going to do is start. I kind of have my supplies for each panel laid out here just to help keep me organized, hopefully. So what I want to do is show you the very first piece. I'm going to kind of do the stamping and everything, and then we'll pull in the background and actually build the photo book. So let's hope I got all my pieces in place. So this is a piece of Moody Mauve, and I chose, you'll see the colors I chose. I wanted something different and unexpected for the holidays. And so you're going to see Moody Mauve, Petal Pink, and Calypso Coral. So those are all pretty different colors that you probably didn't expect for the holidays. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece of Moody Mauve and my Moody Mauve ink pad and just drag ink across. And you've seen me do this before. I like to do this technique. It's very basic. I'm just dragging ink across just to give it a little bit of almost the appearance of texture, just some varying degrees of color on there, as opposed to just the solid Moody Mauve. So that's all I have to do for the first panel. So I'm going to set that aside. Now on the next panel, I need to pull in one of my base pieces, and the base piece here is 5.5 by 8.5. So it's just a card base that we're using. We're actually going to connect 3 card bases to make this accordion photo book. So this piece I'm going to do is the second panel. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it and then pull in my Petal Pink ink and this snowflake, and I'm just going to do some random stamping on the background. My Petal Pink honestly is getting a little light. I probably should re-ink it, but I actually kind of like the lighter look on this for this project, and so I didn't want to re-ink it quite yet. So I could definitely get a darker color on there, but I kind of like the lighter look that this is giving me. So I'll go ahead and, oh, nope, I do need this again. Okay, so I cut some labels. This is from the Something Fancy Dies, and I cut 2 different labels out, and I'm going to take this one here and stamp a couple of these big snowflakes in Petal Pink, just on the edges like that, and now I can put this away. Then I'm going to pull in Calypso Coral and a more detailed snowflake, and just Give it a couple stamps like that, just random, intentionally off the edges to make it look a little more natural. And then finally, Moody Mauve. Oops, and this is another detailed snowflake that I'm just going to pop in on a couple edges like that. So just very random. You could do some collage stamping like that and then die cut it. I just wanted to do that in advance, so that's why I did it that way. So this is going to go on this piece, and then I've got Make the Season Sparkle. So I'll stamp that here. So we've got that ready to build. What else? There's so many fun little pieces. Oh, I know, the punch. Okay, so this is a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock, and I want to make sure that I keep it 2 inches wide because that's what's going to fit here in my punch. So this piece is actually 2 inches by 5.5, so it's the same length as that base for my accordion photo book. So I'm going to slide this all the way back. You'll feel it stop, punch it out. I get that cute little snowflake there. I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side, all the way back till it stops, and pop that out. So now, let's see. Nope, I am going to use that again. So this is going to go, I'm wondering, I think I'm just going to start building. Sorry, I seem indecisive because I've got so many pieces here in front of me, and I don't want to forget any of the steps, and I'm just so excited to show you all of this. So I just don't know what I want to do next, but we're just gonna go with it because there's a lot of steps, and I want to make sure I have time to show you everything. This would be a super sweet project to duplicate, to give as a gift to a family member that's maybe hosting Christmas, or a neighbor, a coworker. A little gift like this that's handmade, ready to go, ready for someone to add their special photos. It would just be a lovely, appreciated gift. Okay, I think that's good for right now. I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna go ahead and attach this piece that we dragged the ink across, and I'm going to put it centered on this piece here. Okay, so it's very different to do a project like this because normally if I was doing a card, like I'd be building the card and I'd be like, okay, the project is done, add some embellishments. But this is like a third of the way. We've got lots more to do. So I'm gonna set this first piece aside so that we can keep going with the next piece. And I'm going to pull in another panel here. This one on the left, I'm going to take my Petal pink ink again. I'm going to fold this, and I'm going to do more of that dragging. I like to do it. Oops, got a little chunk of something there. I like to do it. It just adds a little bit to the background. Just going to turn. There we go, getting a little more on there. Like I said, my pad is just the littlest bit dry. So like you saw with the Moody Mauve, that really got some ink on there right away. Okay, let's see here. So we're good on that side. For this side, I've got a basic white piece of cardstock, and I'm gonna go back in with that more solid looking snowflake. So we're going to ink that up, and I'm just doing more collage stamping. When I do that, when I have several images that I'm stamping on a background, I tend to go with the largest image first and just kind of do some random stamping on the back. So that would be this more solid one. And then I'm going to go in with the next largest, which is that detailed Calypso coral image. And we'll just overlap intentionally. Ooh, that was not good. Let's see if I can line that up. Let's see, let's see. Oh, photopolymer, you're good. All right. And then the last thing I'll do for my collage stamping is the Moody Mauve with that littlest detailed snowflake again. And just kind of put some. Now, honestly, I didn't really have to stamp all of this because the photo is going to cover up a decent amount of it. But again, depending on what photo you choose, it's good to just kind of start with that background to just to give you the most flexibility, so you don't have to worry about part of it being like not stamped and then exposed a little bit. So this one, instead of putting center, I'm just going to put up to the side a little bit. And then when I attach my photo, it's going to go down just a little bit there. Okay, that one was super easy, wasn't it? Very easy. Okay, let's pull in the last panel. I hope you're enjoying this so far. I would love to hear what you think and who you would gift one of these accordion photo books to. Who do you think would appreciate getting one of these from you ready for them to add their photos? I think that's what's awesome, is that it's a gift that they kind of get to finish off and personalize, and I love that. Okay, so this is the Snowflake Sky, I think, embossing folder on Moody Mauve. And I'm just going to put, oops, tore a little bit of that. I'm going to attach this onto the panel. And this is just going to kind of go centered. Actually, I want to flip it. I want, it kind of has fewer little dots and snowflakes at the top, and it gets more as you go down. And so I want the fewer on the top. Okay, now, let's see. There is not, the only punch that comes with this bundle is the one that did the end, the tag like this. And so I don't have a punch to punch out these snowflakes, but let me show you how quick and easy this is. So when I cut, I'm kind of using, I'm not using the tip, but I'm using this part of the scissors. So I'm just kind of cutting around and making some smooth cuts around the edges of the snowflake. I'm not going in every little teeny tiny detail. I'm just kind of turning my paper as I go. So if you notice, my scissor is staying fairly still, and I'm just kind of manipulating the paper with my left hand to cut around and cut it out. So I am not one that likes to take a lot of time cutting things out, but this is pretty reasonable to do. Okay, so you can get those cut out that quickly. I'm not going to do all three of them because I don't think it's very fun to watch someone cut that much, but I think you get the idea. And then that one goes up there. And you'll see on the finished one again, these I cut and put down here on the bottom. But I have to show you what I did on the last panel because it's super fun. Okay. I have a strip of Calypso coral, and I'm going to crinkle it up, which might freak some of you out, but I think the end result is worth it. So let loose, crinkle up your cardstock, have it be a little stress reliever if you want to. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to like break those bonds in that paper. I'm trying to get it to naturally separate a little bit. So, oops. All right, let's see. Let's see if I did enough. This is can be a delicate process. So I want to just kind of pry apart in the corner. Come on. There we go. So I just kind of start it. And it's sometimes, you know, it goes, you might have to like start in a different area. It's super random. It's never going to be the same, but it just gives you a totally different look and texture to your cardstock when you peel off that top layer and expose like the center here of the cardstock. It's really, really fun. Okay, so I've got about halfway down. And it might tear a little bit, and that's okay. That just kind of adds to the look. It's not a big deal at all. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the very edge here and just tear a little bit by pulling it toward me. So I'm kind of holding it steady with my left hand and then just working my way down and pulling toward me, taking off just the littlest bit. But it's a really easy and fun technique. I just love doing things, whether it's dragging the ink pad or tearing the cardstock apart like this, just to give things a little bit of a different texture. So I am putting my adhesive on the base because I don't want it to get caught up in all these fibers. I just want it to be easy to set this down into. So then I'll just kind of eyeball it here and line it up and press that down into it, and it stays really really nicely on there. Now this part is super fun. I've got another piece 2 inches wide, and I'm going to pull my punch back in and pop this out, and now I've got this. But what I'm going to do is take my scissor and cut a little piece that way, and then I'm going to just go up along the edge here and trim off just like the partial snowflake right here. So this is the only part I want to use. And I went ahead and I did some of those in advance. And so all I need to do now is take my glue dots and just line them up along the edge here to create a really fun border. So one of the most important parts of this whole project is putting these, remember, what are just card bases together. How do we attach them to make that accordion fold? So I am going to show you how simple that is. This is 1 inch by 5.5, and I scored it down the center at 1/2 inch, and then I put pieces of tear and tape on the back. So then all I have to do is peel off the backing. And then I just am going to kind of set it here, take this piece and just line it up with the edge and gently set it down. I'm hitting my ink pad up there, right on top of it. Peel off the next little backing from the tear and tape, and then I'll go ahead and set this one right up next to it. And it's that easy. So then when I'm making this fold, it just goes like that. Do you see that on the back? That's how easy it is. And you would do the same exact thing, score down the center, add your tear and tape, and attach this section. Just a quick recap again. This is where I dragged the ink across the Moody Mauve. Here we stamped in the background and then made the tag and did the focal point here. I added some ribbon. You'll also see some of the self-adhesive snowflakes and the iridescent rhinestones. So you'll see a little bit of sparkle on there with the iridescent ribbon. The next one is where I dragged the ink across the back, added some snowflakes and rhinestones. This was our collage stamping there. This is the one I was working on and didn't finish cutting, but you can see what it looks like here, adding some ribbon. This is another shape from the Something Fancy dies, just like these back here. So I added Let It Snow on that, snowflakes, rhinestones, and then the final piece, and I actually attached those partial snowflakes that I was just doing and added rhinestones all along there. So this was a very different type of project for me. I love the accordion photo book. Like I said, it makes just a really special keepsake that you can put on your bookshelf or mantle, but it's a really great gift that you can give to someone that they can personalize, kind of finish it off with their own touch, and just have that special keepsake. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I would love to hear what you think about the project, about this unexpected color combination, and I would love to get your vote for this round of the Great American Stampin' Show. So give me that thumbs up, give me your vote. Make sure you watch the other 3 videos. Click the links in the description here so you can watch Julie, Brandy, and Shannon's videos, and just enjoy. I hope you are just totally inspired with lots of ideas for the Sparkling Snowflakes bundle. Thanks so much for watching.